Suzanne. Private time. What kind of hat you wearing tomorrow, Jill? Okay. Little Frank Sinatra fedora. About a damn blocker sombrero. Yeah. Yeah, see what? No. Well, you know what they are now. Red and blue for Arizona. We still have no media. We have one. Yeah, I know. Well, they want to get it over with. Mike, do you think you can ask about 14 questions in a row? Guess not. No. I want to remind you, please turn off your cell phones. Put them on vibrate, turn them off.
Like 2 more minutes?
Yeah.
We got Carlos.
Wait for the next elevator. once again, we'll start with a comment from Coach Schlossnagel, and then we'll go with player questions for a few minutes, and then back to Coach Schlossnagel. Jim, give us an overview, please.
Well, congratulations to Coastal Carolina. We had no doubt that they were going to come out with an edge, and certainly Beckwith was the story of the game. His competitiveness and ability just to manage the baseball. I mean, he didn't do anything that we weren't prepared for, but certainly watching it on video and watching it behind home plate as a coach versus standing in the batter's box is very different. So I thought he was outstanding. You know, the balls that ironically, I thought we got some good swings on him, but we hit the ball in the air off a ground ball pitcher. And this was not the night to do that for sure. So on our end, we gave up too many free bases with the settings of the stadium, with the way the wind was blowing. Free bases were going to win or lose the game, and they gave us a lot of free bases Tuesday night, and we gave them several tonight. But that shouldn't take away from how outstanding their pitcher was, and so we don't have to play tomorrow. We get to play tomorrow. We get to play another game in the College World Series, so we're fired up to do that.
Okay, questions for the student athletes. Kendall, you go first.
Kendall Rogers, D1 baseball. Dane, you got a pretty good swing off him there at the end, but before that, what was he kind of just able to do against you guys keep you from getting in a groove out there?
I mean, he was just really keeping the ball down when he would drop down from the side, and then when he'd go back over the top, he would kind of lead balls up, and then we'd chase those balls, and we weren't able to get on top of those. And it wasn't a good night to hit a ball in the air, like you said. He pitched a good game. We got a few good swings off of him, but we weren't able to get enough runs across the board.
Okay, Carlos.
Carlos Mendez, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Mitchell, did you feel like you were operating tonight with a very small margin for error, especially the way the third inning started for you?
No, I have a lot of confidence in my guys, so the game plan remains the same. I'm just trying to make good pitches. Tonight I was trying to be as downhill as I could, make pitches at the bottom of the strike zone, knowing they're going to be aggressive. It worked for the most part. We just, Beckwith threw a really good game, and we couldn't pull it out.
Next question.
Grant McGallagher, TCU 360. Dane, this is your third straight year facing elimination in the College World Series. Will that experience help you going into tomorrow's game with the mentality, or what?
I mean, we're gonna go at it. I mean, we get to, like you said, we get to play one more game. We're just gonna put this one behind us, and we're gonna come out gunning for them, and I think we're gonna play a really good game.
Again to Carlos.
Evan, what was happening with Mitchell in the third inning from your perspective?
They just put the ball in play, and we had our chances to get some guys out, and we didn't. And they came up with the clutch hit. Mitchell threw an excellent game, and, the third inning, he just happened to give up 2 runs. It was certainly when we could have we had our chances to get some outs, but it just, we didn't get them when we needed them.
Carlos again.
Evan, I know Dane talked about this a little bit, but you got some good swings tonight. Can you carry that confidence forward to tomorrow anyway?
Yeah, we know we're a good offensive club, and it's just one of those days. We hit several baseballs hard right at people. Especially with some guys in the scoring position. We're really not too phased. It's happened to us before, and we're going to come out here tomorrow on a new day, and we're going to keep winning pitches and keep putting good swings on baseballs.
Okay, next question. Okay, man, that'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow night.
You stay.
No, you stay. Yeah. Now questions for Coach Schlossnagel. Kendall, once again.
Kendall Rogers, D1 baseball. Jim, looking at a guy like that, you guys got some really good swings off against him, especially early in the game. I guess how frustrating is it as a coach to see great swings like that and just nothing to show for it?
Yeah, that's baseball. I hate to say it's anything more than that. that's part of the game, you know. And shoot, we had better swings, I thought, at times today than we did the other day when we had bases loaded, nobody out twice, and got 3 runs out of it, and had a lot of bad swings. But they kicked the ball and they walked us in, and I mean it's a messed up sport, man. That's why it's awesome, and that's why it drive you crazy when you're on this end of it. So, again, we did have some good swings on him, but we had a lot of bad swings too. And he had us off balance, and that's what he does. And for 4 years, I got to watch Preston Morrison do that. And tonight, Preston never came up like Beckwith does, but there's a lot of things they do that are very similar. So it didn't feel very good to be on the other end, I can promise you. But he's to be credited for this whole deal.
Hey, Gil?
Jim, what exactly, Gil Leberton, Fort Worth Star-Telegram, what exactly is it about Beckwith? Is it the changing of the speeds? Is it the arm angle? Is it what is it?
It's everything. It's his ability to manipulate the baseball and his ability to speed you up and slow you down. I mean, I'm not in the batter's box, but it looks like, everything for the most part is down. When he wants to go up, you can tell he's intentionally doing it. I don't think he left too many balls in the middle of the plate. He doesn't give in to hitters. He's not just going to serve you a pitch. And again, he did a really good job of pitching to the ballpark. And tonight, I mean, Traver was okay, but we gave up free bases. He in the 3rd inning, he hits a guy on a 1-2 breaking ball, I think, and then we end up we don't get an out on the safety squeeze, and we kick a double play ball, and then later in the game, we just airmail the cutoff man, and had we not done that, they wouldn't have scored another run in that inning. The ground rule double, the guy wouldn't have scored. So it's a game. We didn't play sound baseball tonight, but they played outstanding baseball. They didn't have any errors. How many walk? 1. And they didn't give up free bases like they did the other night. So, that's why we have that freebie war board in our classroom at home. And when you don't win the freebie war, there's a real good chance you're going to lose the game.
Carlos?
Coach, who will you throw tomorrow, and what are your thoughts about who goes for you?
I'm not ready to say who we're going to throw tomorrow. I mean, obviously, Janzak's in the mix. I want to wait and see how he feels. But it'll be all hands on deck outside of Traver and Brian Howard. So I thought Guillory, once he got out there and he hadn't pitched in a while, I thought he did a really good job. But, outside of Howard and Traver, we'll got to find a way to extend our season.
Okay, any more questions for Jim? Okay, thank you, Jim.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we'll wait. We have no choice but to wait. if one of them was going to be fast, the other one wouldn't be. So, just how it is. Of course, the results tonight mean that Oklahoma State, Arizona is a 2 p.m. start. TCU Coastal is a 7 p.m. start. The 2 o'clock game is on ESPN2. The 7 o'clock game is on ESPN. Arizona and Coastal will be the home teams tomorrow. There will be no game on Sunday, I hope. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I know, but I just want to tempt the Lord here. My goodness. Hope the Weather Channel's wrong. That's true. Somebody's happy. Okay, Coastal is on the way. Here we go. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
Once again, same rules, turn off your cell phones for you guys coming in now. We'll have a statement from Coach Gilmore and then questions for the student athletes first. Gary, your overview.
Was
very well pitched game on both sides. What is it, 10 hits total, and you know, Andrew was absolutely incredible. I can't say enough about him. He, you know, I think I would have had to hit him with a brick or whatever to get him come out of the game. I was trying to take him out in the 8th. He wouldn't come out, and you know, I didn't want to see him out in the 9th, and he was just not going to have any part of it. So, you know, he's a unique young man, and you know, what he did tonight was incredible, and we're fortunate enough to get a couple hits here and there and execute a couple things and live again for tomorrow.
Okay, questions for the student athletes. We'll start with Kendall.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Andrew, how did you kind of fill out their stuff-wise? Just how has the past week just been for you with two performances like this on the stage?
I've just felt like I've had all my pitches. I've pounded the strike zone, low in the strike zone. I think that the one today, the home run, I think it just ran up on me, ran up on his hands, but he got the barrel out on it. So, you know, just pounding the strike zone, let my defense work. I think today I had same amount as ground balls as I had, but they were fly balls today. So I guess they just had a different approach than Florida did.
Okay, Ted.
Teddy Cahill, Baseball America. Andrew, just how did you approach the game, knowing that it was elimination possibly for you guys? I mean, did you approach it any differently, or is it just kind of the same mental for you?
No, I knew our defense was going to come out and play. I knew they were going to scratch some runs across, and like I said on Sunday or Tuesday or whatever, I don't remember. Just pound the zone, let your defense work. I mean, we got the best infielders, the fastest outfielders, and I feel like in Division I baseball, and they really came to play today.
Next question, Jim.
Jim Callis from MLB.com. For both David and Anthony, what's it like to watch Andrew turn in two games like this in the span of a week at the College World Series?
Anthony, you start, please.
It's pretty amazing, but honestly, you guys are just seeing this past week, but we've been watching him do this for 3 years now. I mean, his numbers speak for himself. I mean, he's, if not the best pitcher in the country, one of the best pitchers in the country. And it's fun to play defense for him because he's filling up the strike zone. Like he said, he's letting his defense work. And, I mean, we got his back just like we know he's got our back. But, I mean, he's done this 2 games here. But, I mean, this is nothing new to us. This man does this night in and night out every time he gets the rock, whether he's a starter, whether he's coming out of the bullpen. It's really fun to watch. And I mean, he's going to do big things. He really is.
David.
Yeah, when I knew Dap was starting and I was catching, I was very excited about it. He's been one of our guys all year, whether that's middle relief, whether that's starting the game. He's been solid all year, and we worked really well together tonight. He had his slider and his two-seam working very well, so it was definitely fun to get out there in front of that amount of people and do what we did.
Okay, next question, please. Gotta have some questions. Ted.
Anthony, just how are you guys feeling going into tomorrow, knowing that you got one more of these games to go?
I think we feel the same as we did this whole tournament. I mean, just confident, locked in, ready to go. I mean, knowing that if we execute and play coastal baseball like we should play coastal baseball, I mean, we're gonna be tough to knock out. I mean, we've ran into some great competition. I mean, you got to tip your cap to them. TCU. That's a great baseball team over there, and I think tomorrow's going to be a great 9-inning game, and I think everyone's going to get their money's worth tomorrow for sure.
Oops. Okay. Mike, back here.
Mike Zimmerman, Hastings Tribune here in Nebraska. This question's for David. And what did it mean to you to kind of follow up last night's performance with, again, that ground rule double tonight, and just what did it mean to you personally?
It means a lot, but, when I woke up this morning, the day before was over, and I knew we had another game tonight, and I was ready to go for that. So everything that happened in the past, it was done with, and just wanted to get out there and do my best for the team again.
And he loves the Midwest.
Yes, he does. He loves the Midwest.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, Jim, this will be the last one for the guys.
Andrew, Coach referenced how you didn't want to come out of the game. How much of a fight did you have to put up to stay in there? Did you think you had much left, or?
Yeah, I knew I had a lot left, but you know, I think 75% of my pitches were probably sidearm, so that's not really the toll I usually take on my arm in a start. But yeah, I think the next step was probably to yell at him. So or hit him with a brick. No, I'm just messing. No, I'm just messing. But you know, he trusts me, and I know he does, and I really thank him for letting me go back out there in the ninth.
Okay, guys, sleep fast.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, we'll start questions for Coach Gilmore here with Kendall again. He's quicker.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Gary, a week ago we sat in this room and talked about this team getting you here and just getting to the College World Series. Now those teams are win away from playing for a national championship. I guess from your perspective, how does that feel? Just how this last week's kind of transpired for you guys?
You know, I mean, I don't think, you know, a whole lot of people, you know, even though we had gone to LSU to win, I don't think a whole lot of people here and in the country really probably thought we belonged here. You know, it was a fluke that we got here, and you know, I think these kids have more than proved that's not right. And I'm just so very happy for them. Honestly, they have to get a group of 35 guys to put everything in perspective, every personal thing behind themselves for the good of the team. It was one of the most, in this day and age, in this society we live in, of people who only care about themselves. To do that's one of the most incredible experiences I've been through as a coach. And you know, they deserve this opportunity. And you know, we'll be back out here tomorrow. And like Marksy said, I mean, you know, I know TCU is gonna you know, come out throwing haymakers as well. So you know, it should be a great battle.
Okay, right back here.
Steve Bidak, Omaha World Herald. Brick fights aside, how nice is it to have saved those, given all the other arms in your rotation, a night off, especially after 3 guys had to go last night?
Well, I mean, you know, that part was huge, but honestly, it was, you know, for me personally, I was more than ready to burn up one of the pieces we'd use tomorrow just to get through this game if I thought there was any chance of physical jeopardy on his part. I mean, you know, from the 7th inning on, I mean, I you know, Coach Thomas was begging me, you know, just, you know, I'm on him. He doesn't want to come out. The kid's on me, you know, and I'm going, are you okay? Are you okay? How do you feel? You know, and I mean, if you look at the velocity, I mean, he was 88, 89 in the 8th and 9th inning from up top, which was harder than he threw in the first inning, you know, and, you know, he got through the middle innings throwing primarily subby, which, you know, I mean, for him, you know, he says, you know, outside a physical toll on his back a little bit from bending over, I mean, you know, that you know, it doesn't put any strain on his arm at all. So, I mean, they were crushing me because, I mean, honestly, you know, I can tell you right now, if they had a camera on me, I probably got whiplash looking up there at that pitch count the whole time because, I mean, you know, it's something that, you know, I mean, I don't know that I've ever let someone go that far, you know, but, you know, he just kept telling me, hey, I'm fine. And, you know, if he'd have gotten you know, got any trouble in the 9th, you know, we were going to move regardless. But, you know, I mean, that's just who that kid is too. You know, I mean, he's just such a competitor. I mean, you know, we've got several on our team that are like that, but, you know, he's just that guy. You know, when he starts, he plans on finishing, and he's more old school than like the generation I grew up in. You know, when it was your turn to get the ball, there wasn't no bullpen. You started it and you finished it, and that's just kind of how he is.
Ryan, do you have something? Yeah.
Ryan McGee with ESPN. Coach, how difficult is it for you, though? How much of it is kind of gut instinct and looking at the numbers, and how much of a tug of war were you in, particularly as we get later and later and later into this series?
I mean, you know, I mean, it's, you know, we've been doing this chess game for a while. So, you know, I mean, tomorrow we'll, you know, there's going to have to be 1 or 2 guys throw for us tomorrow that have yet to pitch you. So, you know, I mean, that's just where we're at. And, you know, they're ready for it. You know, biggest thing in this park, in my mind, if you throw a ton of strikes and don't walk guys, it's tough to score here. You know, I don't care who you are. You know, you put a swing on a ball here and there, but you know that ball David Parrott hit. I mean, you know, if that's at our place, it clears the boardwalk. You know, I mean, that thing is absolutely hammered. You know, and you know, so I mean, it's for me, it just trying to figure out the right combination of guys. We're just going to have to run a guy out there. If he gets in trouble, have another guy come behind him. And, my offense has to, even though we scored 4 runs, we only got 4 hits today. But, we did a couple of good things. We got a couple bunts down, beat out a hit in one of them, and we capitalized on an error as well. So, we're going to have to be able to do that. And in all honesty, we got to put a swing or two on a ball with guys on base and, probably to have a chance to win tomorrow.
Okay. Go back here with Mike.
Mike Zimmerman from the Hastings Tribune here in Nebraska. Coach, in the 3rd inning, you guys had a sacrifice bunt, a sacrifice fly, an RBI bunt, just a lot of small ways to manufacture some runs. And how big was that to get on the board like that with that type of play?
I mean, it was huge for us, but I mean, in all honesty, it's been one of the elements we haven't executed very well since we've been here. We've probably misbunted more balls since we've been here than we have all year. And, it was nice. The bunt Anthony got down for the safety squeeze was huge. And, with the way he runs down the line, all it takes is for you to look real hard at home and take one extra step, and, he beats those balls out. So, too many people think that our short game is just giving up outs, and it's not when you can run and move. So, and TCU plays a lot like that as well. They have great athletes as well. So, we were just fortunate today that it worked out for us.
Okay, any more questions for Coach Gilmore? Okay, Jim, this will be the last one.
Jim Callis from MLB.com. Gary, just to follow up on the pitching, do you have an idea of who's going to start tomorrow yet, and who is, besides obviously Andrew, unavailable to pitch tomorrow?
Morrison may be unavailable. I don't know, but I mean, he'll have 2 or 3 bricks to throw at me. So, outside of that, I don't know. Probably be honest with you, Coach Thomas, I talked about it a little bit. Probably sleep on it, as to which order we're going to try to go with guys, and based on kind of what their lineup is, and just kind of play it through in our brain exactly how to match up as best we can and steal some outs until we can get to some of our guys.
Okay, tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow's another day. Let's go get them.